Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk Laker basketball. I want to get my thoughts on where we currently stand right now in free agency. Nothing really big went down today. Happy Friday to all the Laker Nation out there. And I want to get my opinion on thoughts on why I think, we really don't need any major deals really for the rest of this offseason. We could go in. We need to sign a center. I'll talk about that in a second. And we just really need to go into this season with our young core. We don't need to make a big trade for Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, for several reasons, which I'll explain. Well, let's get to it. But basically today, the big news, Melo, I think Thunder is working on a buyout, and so he's going to become available. And now, rumors is that the Lakers, the Rockets, and the Miami is interested or potentially interested in Melo. Now that's interesting because we got about, I don't know exactly the number, but let's say around $5 million to play with. Everyone's, throwing it out there on Twitter. Would you go after Melo? Melo can get buckets, but everybody's thinking like Melo really is like a bench player right now. He's not, he's at the end of his run. He can still get buckets, 16 to 20 a game, especially with Lonzo giving him a lot of, a lot of shots or a lot of passes and things like that. He can get buckets, and he can get up there to that 20-point mark if he gets the minutes. The problem is, Kuzma is that guy who kind of like does similar things. Brandon Ingram's going to be our starter, and so where those minutes come in and how does that take shape? And he lacks defensively, and so it's majority of. There's like a survey out there on Twitter right now, like, would you rather give the money to Brook Lopez at center or someone like Melo? And overwhelmingly, everyone's saying go to Brook route, and I actually wouldn't argue with that. I think all we need to do is really assign someone like Brook Lopez and go into next season. Brook can still get buckets too, so his value is actually more than $5 million. So I'm interested to see what he's about $10 million a year right now on a 2-year deal. But we wouldn't want to give him that, but he's around that because he can still get buckets. And so I'm curious to see if that works out. But barring if we sign Brook Lopez, the only thing I don't like about Brook can shoot. Brook is big, wide. I mean, dude is a beast in terms of like size and all that stuff, and he can get buckets and he can shoot the outside shot, but he doesn't rebound. And I think with our team right now, we really need a defender and a rebounder because we got 4 guys who are going to get basically 80, 90 points plus. Bron's going to put up 35. Brandon's going to put up close to 15, 16, 17, 18. KCP is going to get his. Kuzma's going to get his. We don't need Brook to put up 20 points. That's the thing. We need him to block, rebound, defend, in which he doesn't do those things. So that's my only knock on Brook Lopez and his mentality. Brook Lopez's mentality is such as happy-go-lucky. He's checked out like in Disneyland, and he's just, I don't know. So that's my only knock on Brook. But at the end of the day, the guy can fill up the center position. He's big. He's, he can do a lot of things. He can shoot the ball. So if anything, if we sign Brook, we're ready to go. Now my thing is this: we really don't need to make any big moves this year. I think even for Kawhi Leonard, definitely don't trade any of our young core. Several reasons. One, we don't even know what Kawhi Leonard looks like. Is he fully healthy? And all those different things. It's like I'm just not really sold right now. I like the idea of Kawhi Leonard, but after thinking long and hard and really watching some film over the last couple of days on our young guys, I really like our young guys. Also, there's like a report. I don't know if it's a true comment by LeBron James, but something by Zach Lowe saying that LeBron really likes Brandon Ingram's game and he really likes Lonzo's game. And you know what? And he's saying something like he's close to all-star potential or something like that. I don't know if it's an exact quote from LeBron or not, but it's implying that LeBron feels this way. It's only true. If you think of Brandon Ingram, you look at Brandon Ingram film from last year and how he elevated his game. He dominated, or he took his game to another level. Brandon Ingram, what, 7 foot wingspan, 6'9", can handle the ball, high Q, way up here, can play make, can create for others, can get buckets in the low post, can post up, can play point, and he's improved his outside shot, and he's improved his mid-range, which this like step back, fall away mid-range game, he's only going to get bigger as he naturally gets older. His man body starts to fill in, as we've seen with like Anthony Davis. His shoulders were small and like tiny coming into the NBA, and then it's like now it's like just beast, you know. And so you slowly, Brandon Ingram's shoulders aren't going to get that crazy, but you notice his body is going to develop in a similar way, and where he's going to be harder to guard, and his skills are only going to get better. And once he gets stronger and all that stuff, he's really going to be close to an all-star level, if not 20 points a game and whatnot. So why do we need to trade him for Kawhi Leonard? No. You know, Spurs want him obviously in a package deal, but no, keep Brandon Ingram and ride. And so my thing is this: there's stories out there that's implying that Zach Lowe story that's implying that LeBron is not in a rush to force the Lakers to make a move, and I think we all would agree with this. The way you can play this is you sign a center, you sign someone like, we got to fill in that center position, and we run. We have KCP at the 2, who can also get buckets and put up 20 points, near you know 15 to 20 a game at any given time. And we got Lance, and we have JaVale McGee off the bench. We have Rondo. We have a veteran bench right now, and Kuzma on the bench, and Josh Hart. We got a lot of depth. You go into this season, and then midway All-Star break is when you start to evaluate people. You start to see, like, you really want Lonzo Games to step up, right? From year number 1 to year number 2, like really elevate his game. You want Brandon Ingram to continue to progress. You want Kuzma to take what he did last year and to continue that. You want Josh Hart to continue that. You feel that out midway through All-Star break. You see guys, let's say Lonzo, hypothetically, and I would never want this to happen. I would never wish this on anybody. Let's just say he didn't become aggressive, and he didn't, maybe, you know, things are going on, and like maybe Rondo's getting more playing time. I don't know. And let's just say his lack of aggression and his willpower to win and all that stuff has kind of decreased, right? He can't find a shot. He's just kind of like in that D'Angelo Russell kind of territory. That's when you kind of feel guys out, right? Did they step their game up, or did they kind of like let the whole thing kind of get to them? You want everybody to increase. You know, Brandon Ingram, I expect him to increase. Let's say Josh Hart falls off and he just can't find his shot or something like that. You know, you got guys, you know, Kuzma, he continues to, you know, he doesn't expand his game defensively or whatever, hypothetically. Then you can start picking, choosing, and go, you know what, maybe we can package this guy for this guy, you know, and seeing who's out there, what other all-stars out there. Maybe we can package this guy for that guy. That's just hypothetically. I feel, and I wish, and I hope, and I love all our young guys. I know that their game is going to be elevated next year. I know Lonzo is going to elevate his game. He's going to be stronger and more dominant. So I don't see any lack of development on Lonzo's part. I know Kuzma is going to step his game up. He's going to become stronger and more dominant on the offensive end like he was, and I think he will improve defensively. I know Brandon Ingram is going to improve overall. I know Josh Hart game is going to improve. So I foresee we could play this entire season out with LeBron and win 50+ games and get like we're right there. We're like one more player right below the Rockets. If you match up player for player on the Rockets, I think all they got is pretty much CP3 over us, and then they got CP3 over our guard, and they have Eric Gordon, you know, a little bit better than a KCP, you know, in terms of his scoring ability and things like that. Outside of that, we pretty much, you know, Bron, it washes out, you know, James Harden. Nobody can match it with Brandon Ingram on their squad. You know, PJ Tucker can't, you know, game for game or whatever. They lost Trevor Ariza. So you got the Warriors, you got the Rockets. Hell, you got, I think we're like number 3 or 4 up there. So that's my thoughts right now. I mean, I can keep going on and on and on and on, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's my thoughts right now. I'm thinking I'm really excited. I think I'm waiting for that next shoe to drop in terms of like a center. If we get Capella, I don't even think that's even an option. But if we get Brook Lopez, everyone's saying Capella, but he's a restricted. So, but if we can get Lopez, man, we're off and running. Let's do it. Let's go. I think our team is really stacked right now. We got a lot of depth. We got some veteran guys in there, and I think Lance Stevenson is gonna step his game up even more. And everyone playing with LeBron, man, 55 wins next year. Anyway, holla at your boy. We'll talk soon. Peace.